Welcome to another Sober Toolbox live video. If you're watching this in the Motivation to Quit Alcohol group, this will be in the guide section. If you're watching this live on YouTube or Facebook, welcome to this Sober Toolbox episode number 6. This is the guide to help you get over, help you break free from alcohol without using willpower. And I was able to do that for the last 7 years. I've been alcohol free, and I was able to do that without rehab, without AA, without the traditional path, and I was able to do that for good. And my sobriety has stuck that far, and I never look back. So I'm Aaron, the Sober Life Coach. I am an author. I am 7 years sober, and I'm also a coach. I'm the founder of Sober and Six and the creator of the Dare to Be Sober framework, which is I got my new book coming out. So if you want more about that, you can just watch for more information on that. And we're going to be talking about the Willpower series, and we're going to be talking about something that's going to help you get through those tough days, those tough moments, in a couple minutes, and with something that you always already have in your with you at all times, and that's your breath. So let's get into it today. All right. So we're going to be talking about the 2-minute power pause, what to do when willpower fails, right? If alcohol's in the house, you've already lost. We talked about that yesterday, right? If you have these autopilot habits, if you have these invisible triggers, alcohol's in the house, you've already lost. You've already lost that because you're seeing that visually. You have that trigger in the house, and maybe you didn't watch yesterday's video. Maybe you still have these triggers coming to you, and that's why we're going to use today's video is going to be out about the 2-minute power pause and how you can ride cravings like a wave. Most people think that cravings are going to last forever, that cravings have control of them, that they have no control over the cravings or themselves. And that's not true. Cravings usually last about 7 to 15 minutes. Most relapses happen within that window. You don't need to fight it. You need to pause and redirect, right? A lot of people think that I thought this for a long time as well, that my cravings had to control me. I had to do exactly what my cravings said. The little voice in my head, have a drink. I would say no. It would say say it, have a drink anyways, and then I'd be drinking. And you don't have to listen to that voice. You don't have to do that. You can pause. You can respond to life instead of react. We talk a lot about that in these videos, in my coaching, and everything I do. It's about reacting and responding, right? If you react to life, if you react to your cravings, you don't have a plan in place, you don't have a system in place to deal with them, then you're just going to be going on autopilot, and you're going to have all these things in your life like alcohol that's just going to be there, and you're not going to know how it got there or why you're doing it. If you respond to these things, if you have plans in place, you have things in place to change those things, that's when it's going to be the change and the real the real power and taking your power back. So you don't need to fight your cravings. You need to pause and redirect. And cravings come like a wave, right? There's something called surfing the urge, which is, you feel these cravings. Where in your body can you feel them? You can feel them coming and going like a wave. They get really intense and then they kind of subside. They get really intense and kind of subside like a wave, right? Those are the things we want to watch for. Those are the things that we want to just sit through those. And a power pause is a super good way to get started in that. So the 2-minute power pause, here are the steps, right? Stop what you're doing, right? Stop exactly where you are, stop what you're doing, and just close your eyes for a minute. If it's safe to do so, if you're driving, please don't close your eyes. But if it's safe to do so, close your eyes and breathe for 4 seconds. 4 in, 4 out. And that 4 in, 4 out breathing, if you do that a couple times, it's going to realign your brain. It's going to realign the stress in your life. It's going to realign the moment that you're in. And you can ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Right? What kind of feelings? Am I stressed? Am I anxious? Am I bored? Am I lonely? What am I actually feeling? And what do I really need right now? Do I need a connection with somebody? Do I need stress relief? Do I need to reward myself in a different way? What do you actually need? A lot of times with alcohol and other addictions, and even anything in life, really any bad habit, you have an underlying need for something. Alcohol has become the solution to the problems in your life. You have an underlying need that's not being met, and alcohol became that solution. I know for me, it was anxiety, right? Relief from anxiety. It was relief from social pressure and the ability to connect with people without being drunk. And those kinds of things. That's what I really needed was connection. What I really needed was a little bit of self confidence. What I really needed to do was be able to be in those awkward situations sober, so that I could learn how to build these skills. And I couldn't do that with alcohol. And alcohol was telling me, well, I'm the solution. I'm the only solution, but it's not. It's actually the problem. If you see alcohol as the solution, you're going to always have FOMO. You're going to always have fear of missing out. You're going to always have these things. But if you have JOMO, which I like to call it, it's joy of missing out, right? The joy you get the joy of missing out on hangovers. You get the joy of missing out on the bad days. You get the joy of missing out on that shame guilt. That's kind of a reframe. But if you see that, if you see alcohol as something that you're missing out on instead of something that sobriety is something you enjoy, then you're not going to be able to see that. So what do you really need right now? Do you need stress? Do you need stress relief? Do you need better reward? What is that you're actually needing? And who am I becoming in this moment? What kind of person are you becoming? Because every time we do something, we make a decision. We're casting a vote for the person we want to become, right? So if you're casting votes for that drunk person and you're casting votes for that person who's just unaware and just going to live on autopilot, and you're going to become that person. But if you start casting votes for that sober version of you, you start casting votes for that person that you want to become. If you start casting votes for the next level version of you, that's when the moments are going to change. That's when things are going to inspire you to move forward. So, what am I really feeling? What do I really need? And who am I becoming in this moment? Because that's going to be super important. Also, within this pause, you can ask yourself, you can play the tape forward. If I have a drink right now, what's it going to feel like? Well, it might be temporary relief, but then what's it going to look like an hour from now? What's it going to look like in 2 hours from now? What's it going to look like tomorrow? Is it actually going to give me the solution to my problem? Is it actually going to give me stress relief long term? Probably not. It actually makes you more stressed. Is it going to give me anxiety relief? No, it's probably not. It's going to make you more anxious. Those kind of things, those kind of reframes are exactly what I used in the very beginning, and is exactly what you should do to get to where you want to go. So that's a super helpful tool is the 2 minute reset, the 2 minute check-in, and kind of checking in and playing those tapes forward and actually being in the moment, becoming aware of what you're doing and not just not just going on autopilot. So you can say this out loud as well today. I don't drink anymore. I decide now, right? This craving means I'm building new habits. This is my rep in the gym of self mastery. Cravings are not a bad thing, right? It's just a trigger. It's something in your environment triggered you, or something in your mindset, or something triggered you, right? And then it's telling you need a solution to the problem that you have. And if the problem you have isn't getting solved by alcohol, then maybe you need a better solution. Maybe you need to put better things in place and have a better system in place. So it's not a bad thing. It's kind of a cue. It's kind of telling you what you need to work on in your life. And that's great, because if you're a person like me and you love to expand and grow and personal development, all this stuff, then that's a great opportunity for you to step up and learn and grow and expand. So that's super, super helpful. So that is a couple of reframes you can say out loud. And your mission today is practice the 2 minute power pause at least once a day. Ask yourself, you don't even have to have a craving for alcohol. Just kind of check in yourself. How am I feeling right now? Am I stressed? Okay, well, what can I do to relieve my stress? I can go for a walk. I can meditate. I can put these plans in place to do that, so I can respond instead of react to that, right? And you can also do this power pause when you're having a craving too, right? When in the middle of it, you can just stop and think. Take that for the little moment to check in with your body, the 4x4 breathing, and ask yourself, what do I really need right now? What am I actually wanting? Is alcohol actually the solution to this problem? And if you start asking yourself those questions, and you start and that little voice comes up and says, hey, you should have a drink, you just tell that voice to go away, right? Talk to it like it's a person. Some people call it the witch bitch or the evil clown. If you disassociate yourself from that, that really helped me too in the beginning, because I was able to disassociate myself with that feeling, with that craving, with that my mind trying to tell me what to do, and I was able to disassociate it, say no thanks, and carry on with my life. It's a really powerful tool to just kind of check in, be aware, and understand that you are in control of these. They just come and go, and you can get through them. So hopefully that helps. Comment below when you used it. I paused and I chose my future, right? So comment and just let somebody else know how you paused and how you chose your future and how you're getting through this. Because the more connection, the more we can share stories, the more we can share these things. You're helping someone else along the way that's maybe a little bit behind you, or maybe someone that needs to get realigned a little bit. Those kinds of things are going to be very helpful. So if you're in the Facebook group or on YouTube, just comment when you paused and how it worked and how you chose your future. Those kinds of things are going to inspire you to keep going, and it's also going to inspire somebody else. So we're gonna respond, not react to that with the 2 minute power pause today. So our daily reflection at 5 p.m. sober playbook for today is disrupt, ask, reframe, and execute. That's kind of the method and the dare to be sober framework that I use in all my coaching and all these lives and the sober toolbox and everything. So disrupt, ask, reframe, and execute. Right. So disrupt. When is the craving window? It's 5 p.m., 9 p.m. Write it out. Understand when that window is. Understand what time it is. Understand where you are, what you're doing. Is it environmental trigger? Is it a social trigger? Is it a a physical trigger, whatever those are. Understand those and write those things down, because that's going to be awareness, and that's going to disrupt the habit loop. And then ask yourself, what do I really need in that moment? Do I need connection, rest, breath, stress relief? Do I need to just go for a walk? What do you actually need? What are you looking for? Are you needing a reward? Maybe you need to put better reward systems. Ask yourself those questions, because once you come up with some answers, you're going to be able to put a plan in place to move forward, right? So, and then we're going to reframe it. This isn't a craving, it's a cue to lead myself, right? You can also reframe it as, well, is alcohol actually going to give me what I need? You've asked yourself what you needed. Is alcohol actually going to give me what I need long term? Well, no, it's probably not. Is he saying it's going to give you stress relief? Yeah, for the moment it might, but it's not going to give you stress relief tomorrow. You're going to be caught in that guilt shame cycle. Anxiety, it's not going to actually make you less, it's going to make you less anxious in the moment, but tomorrow you're going to be have more anxiety, because of the way your brain works and all that stuff. So I'll kind of reframe that as well. In that reframe section is super, super helpful. And then execute. Use your power pause right now. Use the power pause. Execute on this plan, and check in with yourself a couple times a day, because it's just takes 2 minutes, and it has something you always have with you is your breath. I like to say, if you don't have your breath, you don't have your life, right? So it's something you always have with you there. You can use it to kind of pause, reflect, check in with your body, check in with yourself, and understand that you are in control of this. It might last 10 to 15 minutes. Sometimes it lasts a little bit longer. Sometimes if you're having like a severe a physical dependence on alcohol, it can be a little bit worse, and you might need to seek medical attention if you're getting those kinds of things. But if you're kind of in the gray area problem drinker stage, you might just find that 2 minute power pause is really going to save you when you have those cravings at 5 p.m. or whenever your cravings happen. So hopefully this helped you guys. If it did, let me know. Put a comment, put a like, share the video with someone you think might need it. And yeah, as always, sick of piecing things together, sick of watching these videos and just kind of piecing these things together. You want a proven plan that's already helped hundreds of people. You don't need to try harder. You need an identity and a clarity. You need identity and clarity. That's where the Kickstart coach is going to help you do. In 7 days, you're gonna get a Kickstart system. You're gonna get daily audio lessons, and you get D.A.R.E identity coaching, right? So you'll get 7 short audios and videos to shift your mindset. You'll get 24/7 support with the Kickstart Coach GPT. So that's a chat GPT version of my book and my coaching. It's there 24/7 for you guys. So that's pretty awesome if you have a chat GPT Pro or Plus. And then the workbooks, quick workbooks that help you win the day. And you also get a free PDF copy of my book, A Kickstart Your Comeback. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for letting me be your coach. Life is better on the sober side, my friends. And I will see you guys in the next video, or maybe in the Kickstart Coach, or maybe you'll join one of the challenges or programs I have. Wherever I see you, life's better on the sober side. And I hope that you're living a healthy, alcohol-free lifestyle. See you guys on the next video.